those endless mysteries. Bigfoot Sightings of West Virginia. Hello and welcome to those endless mysteries. This week we are in West Virginia to look into sighting reports and news articles of this area. So what you say we jump right into it? This first sighting report comes out of Randolph County. I'm just going to say the summer of 2016 due to there were two sightings by the same person over 2 to 3 months. The witness states that on July the 21st that he was cutting grass on his nephew's place on Gaddy Road, and that around 8:30 he heard a Bigfoot start yelling from a nearby point. He said that he knows what they sound like because he had seen one when he was 12 years old, and that he has had 3 other sightings over the past few years, mainly due to him spending a lot of time in the woods. Due to this, he has earned the nickname of Daniel Boone from a lot of his friends. With being out in the woods so much, he claims to have heard these creatures a lot over the years. Now, on September the 11th, he was at the old farm that his grandfather once owned, and now his nephew owns it. He said he keeps some trout in an old spring barrel at one of the springs on the property now. So he says he went to feed the trout, and that when he got there, the cows was around the spring drinking. So he was walking up to the spring when he noticed 2 Bigfoot prints in the soft mud around the spring. So he ran off the cows and went to get some casting mix. He cast the right print, but said he couldn't cast the left due to it was slanted and the mix would just run out of it. There was another print, but it had only 4 toes. He didn't have enough plaster to cast it, so he put some sticks up and covered it up to help keep the cattle out until he could get even more plaster to finish the job. Now here are some photos that shows the cast and some dimensions on them. This one he's holding is 19.5 inches long, 6 inches wide at the heel, 7 inches at the mid-torso, 8 inches at the ball of the foot, and 9 inches at the toes. Now I'm showing more of the photos from the website of the BFRO. Now if anything sticks out to you on these photos, please let me know. Drop me a comment down below. There is one photo in here I want to point out. This picture seems to show a big hairy creature in between some trees. And it looks ape-like, but bigger to me than a regular ape. So what do you think? He seems to do a good job documenting his sightings and keeps his cameras on. So great work, Daniel, and to all of his friends for all these pictures. Now this next sighting comes out of Nicholas County from November the 24th, 2015. The witness states that on November 24th, he was hunting deer during firearm season, and that he was hunting behind his house over a hill. He states that he thinks he may be going bonkers just trying to process what he's seen that day. He said he was walking up an old dirt road and that the ground was wet and he was being very quiet. As he reached an area where he was looking down into the forest, when he noticed a black animal, as he raised his binoculars, he was expecting to see a small black bear. He states as he was looking at this creature, he noticed what looked to be a thin white streak running down its back. He thought that was a strange marking for a black bear. He says he continued to watch this creature for a good while. He wanted to get a good look at this creature's face. When the creature turned, he lifted his binoculars and seen its face. The face was solid black. It looked like it was tight leather pulled tight. It was very shiny, though, and the nose was very wide, with huge nostrils. It had no hair on its face. Its face almost looked human to him. The creature's hair was lighter than the skin on its face. He states that it wasn't dirty or mangled, and that the fur looked to be clean. While watching this creature, he noticed sounds coming from behind him. He thought it might be some chipmunks or something. He didn't want to take his eyes off of this creature. But the sound grew more intense, so he turned and saw nothing behind him. When he turned back to look at the creature, it was gone. Now he thinks that there was one up higher, and it was throwing pebbles to get his attention away from the other. And it worked. He said the creature he had been watching left without making a sound. He told some friends what he had seen. They told him that it was probably just a man in one of those funny hunting suits. His reply to them was he better get some mental help immediately, for the fact that everyone on this mountain this week is carrying high-powered rifles. He said he never felt scared or threatened, that he felt calm. He didn't notice any arms or legs because he was studying its face. And where the creature was, he couldn't see any arms or legs. Like he said, he thought it was a small bear until he saw the face. The face was too human looking. While hunting during bow season, he states that he heard some strange calls that he referred to as jungle sounds. So what do you think he saw? Drop me a comment down below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe and hit that notification button as well, so you can keep up with all of our latest videos. So moving on. Up next is a news article written by David Sabray from January 30th, 2019. Recent Bigfoot sightings at Sultan Lake have historic precedent. Sightings of a Bigfoot alleged recently at Sultan Lake in central West Virginia may have a historic precedent. Some say that the news clippings that refer to a wild man and more recent stories of an ape-like creature at least imply that the region is a fertile ground for such tales. At the very center of West Virginia, the area surrounding the lake is coincidentally home of the legendary Fleetwood's monster, also known as the Braxton County Green Monster, the legend of which attracts many tourists to the region. According to Andrew Smith, Executive Director of the Braxton County Conservation and Visitors Bureau, rumors of Bigfoot have been circulating in recent months, and have even inspired one Bigfoot researcher to post a video of a lakeside hunt online. We've heard of an uptick in reports near the lake, says Smith, who attributes the county's wealth of monstrous encounters in part to its dark skies and deep forests. I'd actually say the reason for so many strange sightings is multifold. Braxton County is a pretty large geographic area, but only a small portion is populated and developed. So there's a lot of empty space, and there's a lot of area that hasn't been seen by humans lately, apart from hunters, and then not all the time. Les Odell, the publisher of the Facebook page West Virginia Cryptids and Strange Encounters, says this isn't the first time a furry biped has been reported in this region. The Flatwoods Monster isn't the only strange thing that has been seen roaming the woods of Braxton County, Odell says. I've heard in passing about a Bigfoot being seen along Sultan Dam. It supposedly threw a log at a boat. I didn't get full details because it was one of those a friend of mine told me this conversations. Odell's Facebook page is filled with collected tales from the Braxton County region. though perhaps the earliest comes from an undated, unsighted newspaper clip. And here is the news clip that they was referring to, titled "Return of Wild Man Revives Terrors." Flatwoods, West Virginia. The belief that a wild man is still lurking in this vicinity, stealing and killing chickens and young pigs, is stronger than ever just now. A story related to Luther C. Douglas's has dispelled all hopes that the terrible creature had fled to other locations. Douglas' story follows. "I was on my way home from lodge meeting," said Douglas, "when I heard a noise near Ed Wiley's barn, which is close to the road. I thought it might be a dog and paid little attention to it at first. Then, as I was passing a vacant house a short distance from Ed's place, I heard a distant door slam and a wild-looking fellow in rags and with the same long hair and beard that others who have seen him have described, came running out of the front door of the old house, brandishing a huge knotted club and uttering the most horrifying sounds I have ever heard. Being convinced by his actions that I was to be assaulted and possibly killed, I drew my revolver and took 2 shots at him. With this, he turned and fled, screaming louder than ever. I didn't pursue him, not me. It would take a braver man than I profess to be to go on the trail of that horrible creature. The authorities are again agitating the question of taking some means to capture this much feared lunatic or whatever he is." Now I hope you enjoyed those news articles. And next up is another sighting report. This sighting comes out of Greenbrier County from September the 15th of 2014. The witness states she was on her way to work around 8:46 or so when she saw what she thought was a bear on the side of the road. She had just seen a deer cross earlier, so she slowed down, coming to an almost stop, in case it ran out in front of her. That's when she saw the creature step over the guardrail. She blew her horn and flashed her headlights at the creature. Then the creature looked right at her before taking 2 steps to cross the road. The creature was only about 30 feet away from her as it crossed the road. She was shaken and scared, that she couldn't believe what she was seeing. She said her brother is about 6'7", and that this creature would have towered over him. It had to be at least 9 foot tall, she said. It had long reddish brown hair and a orangish eye shine from where the lights hit it. So she rushed to work to get away from whatever it was she had just seen. Once she got to work, she told a few of her friends what she had seen on the way in. A few hours later, a woman came up to her and told her about a story her dad had told them 2 years ago, that he had seen a Bigfoot in that area as well, which made her feel a little better not being the only one. Now, Greenbrier County is one of the most common areas for Bigfoot sightings in West Virginia. So what did you think about this sighting report? Drop me a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button so you can keep up with all our latest videos. Till next time, stay safe and have a great week, and thanks for watching those endless mysteries.